The price of Bitcoin is $104,666 right now. Is that good news or is that bad news? You tell me. Now, when it comes to the price of Bitcoin, are we expecting an up day or a down day? And yeah, it's conflicting. But this is what I'm seeing. I don't know about you, but something similar to this. This line's probably not perfectly plotted, but give or take a little bit. That's a bear flag. This is a level of support. Should we fail at that level of support, back down to here. Now, if we look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map and refresh that to see how it looks different from the other day, this is the monthly liquidation heat map that we're going to start on, and then we're going to go down onto the kind of smaller time frames, should it choose to load. As you can see here, we're still waiting for that button. Oh, it is loaded. Yeah, there we were. Anyway, let's drop down onto a 3-day here and wait for it to load. There you go. Big range of liquidity down there, big range of liquidity up here. Which one is going to be more magnetizing? Well, that's a lot of money, is that? But this is also a lot of money, and I would suggest the downside again, seeming more likely than the upside at the moment. Now, before we get on to anything else, if you wouldn't mind, slap a like on today's video. I'd really appreciate it. A lot of people pressed the like button on yesterday's video, but we can certainly do better than that. And also, if you're not already subscribed, press subscribe. It's somewhere there. But I'd really appreciate that. Back to it, what are we expecting from Bitcoin? I don't like to be the guy that's always bearish. I'm just trying to be realistic, and at the end of the day, I want us all to make money. If I want us all to make money, I've got to be realistic about what I think is going to happen. I'm not so optimistic about this. There's a lot of reasons why I'm not so optimistic about this. We're going to get onto why I'm not optimistic about Cardano either. But when it comes to Bitcoin, this stuff is all making me rather nervous for the price of Bitcoin, which is in direct contrast to my current position on gold, which is also short. And a lot of people asked me in yesterday's video, why would I short gold if I think that there's going to be some unrest? Because generally gold goes up when there's unrest. And the reason I'm shorting gold is because I think that the unrest actually triggers fear in the traditional stock market. And these are not huge positions anyway. It's nothing crazy. It's $3,000 in a profit. It's barely moved from where I entered it. 423 down to 3378. I mean, it's working out so far. But I think the longer term gold trend is, if I just quickly click on this chart here, I just think gold's price is very high at the moment. If you look at the daily chart, I just think that this is probably going to have another spike to the downside, maybe back down to like 3,000. A 10% drop off in gold, I think, seems likely, even if this was to happen. So I'm kind of hedging my bets a little bit in that, okay, say that they manage to sort the stuff out, well, gold will go down, I'll make money there. Say that they don't manage to sort the stuff out, well, Bitcoin will go down. So win-win, hopefully. Trump weighs potential US military strike, demands for unconditional surrender. That's not going to happen because Iran is saying that they will respond strongly if the US joins in the strikes. So it's not going to end anytime soon. And that's not making much positive news for global stock markets, and that's not causing a lot of confidence. Now, later today, in about 8 hours' time, we've got the next Fed rate hike, rate reduction, rate nothing today. Now, if I just show you that, 7 hours, 55 minutes from the time of filming this video, 99% chance of nothing happening and a 0.1% chance currently of something happening. Basically, they're not going to drop rates today, but the wording is going to be so important as to what JP says. So if JP gets on his thing today and he says, we are going to drop rates probably at the next meeting, you will see the market skyrocket. My short positions will be very wrong. You'll see the price of gold go down. If JP says that, we're just going to keep towing the line and not really saying that much just to wind up Trump, which I think is the most likely scenario, you're going to see everything going down. But I expect to see a lot of this in about 8 hours' time. So if you are quite close to your entries right now, pull back. No need to go firing into a meeting with some uncertainty. You can always make money tomorrow. If you're not sure about which direction it's going to head, pull back, wait for the announcement, wait for the speech, and then enter back in. Because the odds of you actually making a fortune before the meeting seem quite low. Unless we lose this level of support and you're in a short position and you're like me, where you've been shorting for a while now and you've got some pretty decent entries. So let's have a look at these entries. The Bitcoin short entry is not amazing, but again, that's changed since yesterday. A lot of in, a lot of out, a lot of profit taking have gone on in this position, and now it's kind of averaged down to a less favorable entry. So that might have to be forced to close later today. However, Solana, that's a pretty good entry at 152, and it's a pretty good sized trade at around $300,000 $1,000 short position, and I'm hoping that that continues to pay and we continue to see some more downside throughout the course of today. Fartcoin, that one just staying for a while, to be honest, because I reckon Fartcoin back to 30 cents again, and so it's not a huge trade at all. It's $12,000. I'll make 9k if it drops to 30 cents. It's not huge. Hype, 25k short position. Again, might close that one because if the news and stuff is positive, then that could be a big spike to the upside, costing maybe, I don't know, $5,000-$10,000, something like that, if it was a big spike. But the upside on that one seems currently pretty good at the moment. When it comes to Ethereum, I'm currently 366k short, entry at 256. Now, you remember my entry from the previous day's video was actually a lot better than that, but again, I just every now and again keep on firing in a little bit more money on the short side. So I'm just keep betting it keeps going down, because I have actually taken so much profit on this trade already that I want it to, I want to get some decent size on it. You can see like how frequently I'm doing this. And again, when I'm doing this, I post it always in the Crypto Saving Expert Discord group. If I bring that up for you here, the Crypto Saving Expert Discord group is, if I go to the right section, anybody can join this, by the way. There we go. Crypto Saving Experts Hub, and then I post it all in TMG Market Insights here. So I post all of what I'm doing. You can join this. It's £20 a month if you want to join this. I swear I post all of my trades as and when I'm taking them. You can join it on the Crypto Saving Expert website. It's £20 a month if you use code CSE80. You'll find all the information for that in the comment section down below. But basically, go over, click on monthly, click on sign up. I know it says £100, but if you use the code, it's 80% off. Now, back to it. What about Bitcoin? Short, long, if you're not in a position right now, should you be trading this? And I would suggest the answer to that is, if you have to ask yourself that question, the answer is no. I'm quite confident in the downside, but I could equally be wrong, and I wouldn't want to tell everyone to go short and then the price go absolutely nutty. I do believe in the overall downtrend starting to kick off right now, and I believe that the overall trend is down because of everything that's going on in the world, and I don't think it's very positive when you see a bunch of different companies out there all basically pulling back, being scared. These are not bullish things. And so if you tend to see that, it tends to not have positive price impact. The only thing that is having positive price impact is all these companies that keep borrowing more money to buy more Bitcoins. So overall, yeah, I'm not 100% confident about the direction about Bitcoin right now, but I would also suggest that when that starts happening, it tends to be more to the downside. You have a lot of people that be FOMOing into long positions in this range here, expecting another bounce back upwards. Like, I mean, all it does is take one brief look at the comment section. If I just bring up the comment section in from one of my videos, even yesterday's video, we go to the ones that I've responded to as well. Excuse all the spam. But I hate these bot comments. It's so annoying. There's nothing that I can do to stop it. It means that basically the comment section becomes useless. So please defeat the bots and do leave a comment. But yeah, I get quite a lot of comments that say, oh, you only want the price to go down to benefit yourself. Of course I do. I'm a trader. I want to make money. I'm not emotional about whether Bitcoin goes up or whether it goes down. I have Bitcoin. I'll always have Bitcoin. I always like Bitcoin. But sometimes you can make more Bitcoin from being right about the direction Bitcoin takes. And if you ultimately believe that the market is not looking so healthy, then you should follow that gut instinct, because that gut instinct is probably correct, even if you might be wrong in the short term. And again, you had a lot of people that always celebrate when I'm wrong in the short term. But if I'm right in the long term, it doesn't matter, because I'm not going in with crazy leverage at the start. I'm opening things with very low leverage, and then I'm building into it as time goes on, and then I'm taking aggressively profits after a short period of time, and then maybe I change my mind about it. But you've got to change your mind every now and again, because you see how frequently the market changes direction. People call it flip-flopping. It's not flip-flopping to go bullish, take profit, then be extremely bearish, take profit, and then be extremely bullish, and take, like, the money in all of these moves is huge. You've got to be very, very dynamic in a market like this to make profit, because if you're just bullish all the time, you're not making money right now. If you look at the daily chart, if you're just always a perma bull, you have stopped making money at this point here on the 21st of May. We are now on the 18th of June. So you've not made money for an entire month if you're a bull. That's a long time to go without making money. So it would be my suggestion that don't hold, just because you have an ideology, don't trade your ideology. Trade what you see in front of you. And especially when it comes to stuff like Ethereum. Like, Ethereum got just bullied for the entire bull market, and it's still underperforming. And even still, you have people going, ETH, it's got to go to $10,000 right next week. Look, ETH will go to $10,000. Bitcoin will go to $500,000. But timing is everything if you want to make money. And right now, it doesn't look like we're going to 10K. It looks more likely that we might lose this level of support here at $2,480. And in that scenario, I'm looking for a drop all the way back down to here, around $1,800. Again, there'll be people in the comment section that say you're delusional, you're an idiot. But trust me, if you don't think it's possible, it's possible. And I've been doing this for a long time now. And that is an aggressive drop to the downside, but it does kind of make sense because we've not had any retest of these levels here, and we've not retested the outside of any of this trading formation, and generally in a reversal you would expect that we do. It's also important to point out that we have failed to break this longer term moving average, and you can see this longer term moving average, when you go above it you spike significantly, but as we are still below it, we should still probably expect bearish, because overall this chart is not a bullish chart, it is a bearish chart despite us being in a, it depends what perspective you've got. Like, that is technically a bull flag, but if you zoom out a bit more, it becomes bearish again because you've got your moving averages that we're struggling to break above. So it depends on perspective, but my perspective is that I think there's a lot of failed concepts in crypto, and I think there's not a lot of money. I think because there's such a severe lack of money in the ecosystem at the moment, and a severe lack of interest, and you see this in the altcoin market. We're going to cover Cardano now. You see this in the altcoin market. There is this severe lack of interest. And Solana co-founder have called out Cardano's proposed 100 million treasury move to Bitcoin so dumb. Basically, Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson is going to dump $100 million of Cardano into the market to go and buy Bitcoin and USDT. Does that tell you that you've got confidence in your coin? Does that tell you that you expect an altcoin bull run? Or does that tell you that someone's foundation is struggling for cash? Charles Hoskinson probably wants a new jet, and he probably wants a new ranch and some new cows and some new chickens. So that's what it tells me. It tells me that someone's got retirement in their eyesight, and not that they ultimately see the greater good in everything, because otherwise they wouldn't be selling $100 million of their coin. That tells me that we're not going to get altcoin season as soon. Of course, I want altcoin season. You know how much money we make in an altcoin season? I just don't see the future in it right now. And I get that people maybe don't want to watch a video every day of somebody saying how they believe that the market's going to go down. But ultimately, if you pay attention to these videos, and we are correct about this, you're going to be better positioned than anyone else in the market, because everyone else out there is so consistently bullish. I don't understand why. I get from a political perspective, we have some very, very bullish changes, but we are at the end of a bull run. Like, the prices, if we just go back to look at Bitcoin's price here, what part of this is not at the end of a bull run? We have been in a bull run since $14,000 Bitcoin with no serious sell-off. We probably will have one at some point soon. Even if we went back up and retested $112,000, $113,000, and the comment section is full of people going, told you so, I'd still be very confident that at some point soon, we're going to see this thing collapse and we go back down to 50K. I just believe that. And I can't do anything about my beliefs. So that's what to expect from me in the near-term future, just lots of short positions. However, not all of them are going to pay off. I'll be realistic about that. I want things to go well and I want to make money. So from that perspective, I can always say it. I will do what I think is correct to make a profit in the market, and at the moment, I just favor the downside. I don't think this looks very bullish at all. I think that we are teetering on the edge. And if we were to look at the top traders on Hyperliquid and give that a refresh, I think that would generally agree with me, with a 48% long sentiment, 52% short. If we look at the top traders right now, this guy's got 33 million in equity and he's 30 million short. This guy's got 15 million equity, he's taking a little bit of leverage, 23 million short. This guy's got 58 million, he's $131 million short. These guys are in massive amounts of profit. These are like the new James wins, you could call them. This guy's 5x leverage on 20 million short. This guy's 12 million using basically 1x leverage to short Hype with $15 million. Like, all of these big trades, they're not long, they're short. And so when you look at who's actually long, who's taking big money longs right now? No one. It's just the long positions here are made up of retail, people with less money. Your big money is shorting it right now. And I struggle to ignore that based on bias. And I feel like a lot of people have this internal bias and they continue to ignore it rather than just admitting, we're done, time to go down, let's be realistic, the outlook isn't great. We'll see. But when I put a strong opinion out there, and if I'm not right, I'm going to end up eating my words on this one. But it is what it is. I enjoy the challenge. I can't guarantee I'm going to be correct. That's the joy of trading. Anyway, if you want to join the CSE group, join it. Link in the video description. If you want to trade, check out BYBIT and Blowfin. If you're in the UK, US, or Europe, choose Blowfin. You'll find a link in today's video description. You get 20% off trading fees when you use the link. And again, you can make money by just having your own opinion on things and sticking to it. Whether your opinion agrees with mine or not, it doesn't matter. You should do what you think is correct. Don't just blindly follow me like a lemming. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and you feel a lot more confident in your trades. On that note, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Drop a like, and maybe we can get like 200 likes on today's video. And I'll see you in the next one. This is